Studio with Bill Cobbs, who's running for governor in 2018. So tell us a little bit about why you want to run.
Well, I thought about this for a long time before I finally said, I got to do this. When I look at the state of Michigan today, I see a state that has a great deal of potential with very little of it being realized. And when I look at the folks from both parties today who have expressed an interest in running for governor in 2018, I frankly don't see anybody in that process who is going to be anything other than business as usual.
Right.
And we can't afford it.
No, we can't. Especially with our families. I mean, I know as I've become a mother, things have changed. The things that I'm looking at and I'm focused on are not anything to do with when I was in my early 20s. You think about things differently. So I hope that there's going to be a lot more people come out to the polls and try to make a difference for their families and just to really think about it and do the research.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I think a lot of people don't do the research. And like you said earlier, they complain about it later.
Well, I think that Americans have a tendency to believe that if somebody is taking the initiative to run for office, that they're really running always for altruistic reasons, and that's just not true. And we've got to spend more time in understanding what candidates' platforms are about, how they're committed to them, and frankly, how they're financing those campaigns to make sure that they're not bought and paid for by interests that are different from our own.
Absolutely. So, what do you think you're going to bring to office?
Well, my campaign is going to be about the people. I look around the state now, and too much of what happens in Lansing is driven by corporate interest. It is driven by a need to show some immediate impact, but with very little thought to long term. You know, we are a state that has 20% access to 20% of the freshwater supply in the United States. Uh, if you look at what's happening in the next 10 to 30 years, that water is going to be more valuable than oil.
Mm-hmm.
And to the extent that we are good stewards for its use, for its distribution, for the way we take advantage of it, we will prosper. To the extent that we fail to do that, we will squander a resource that is limited. And once it's gone, there's no way to